Hello, today I'd like to show you how to grow seeds available on the gardenshop.ie. Today I have in my hand the F1 Minipop Sweetcorn. Now this variety of sweet corn is a miniature sweet corn, or a baby sweet corn. It is very suitable for growing for a number of reasons. As I said, it's a smaller variety so you can grow it closer together. It has a good yield, it's fast growing, it will give you about 5 to 6 cobs per plant. And it has the benefit that it doesn't need to be cross-pollinated or pollinated at all for the cobs to develop. So they're just some of the advantage of the F1 Minipop sweet corn. So what I want to do now is to show you the process involved in sowing these seeds. So firstly, I'll just show you what you will need. What we have here is a 9 centimeter plastic pot of recycled plastic. Also, we would recommend a potting compost similar to the one you can see here, a very fine textured compost. Other items that is required: water is essential. This here is a pressure sprayer, so you basically pump it and spray it and it lets out water like that. As well as that, we recommend plant labels such as this here for labelling up your plants after you've sown them. And further down the line, which I will talk to you about in a moment, is the mini polytunnels or clutches, all available on the gardenshop.ie. Now, sweet corn itself is a warm climate plant, so it likes hot, sunny conditions to grow in. Now, if you were to sow them, we recommend you sow them first indoors in March and transplant them out later in May once the weather has warmed up. So if you're going to sow your sweet corn indoors, you would recommend you sow them in a polytunnel similar to the one we're in now. Okay, so the process anyway is take your pot, fill it with your compost. So I'm filling it not as high, not too much to the top. Give it a good tap down. Maybe put a little bit less out. So there we go. There's enough in that there now. So that's nice and level. So we don't press the soil down. Just give it a tap on the side, and it helps the compost to settle down nicely. The next step is to take the pressure sprayer, give it a few pumps, and then simply soak the compost like this. So we want to give it a real good soaking. The three things that sweet corn like is sunlight, heat and water. Okay, so as we do that, the compost I'd say will slightly shrink, which isn't a problem. Okay, give it a very good soaking. So this is just the initial watering. We want to give our seeds a good watering once or twice a week after sowing them. They should germinate within 2 weeks of sowing. Okay, so here we have the packaging anyway is first you have this plastic zipline bag within which the seeds come, and the seeds then are stored inside in this brown paper bag, which not only absorbs moisture but keeps the sunlight or any kind of light off the seeds, preventing them from germinating too early. So I'm just going to take, in this case here, 2 seeds is all I require. So I'm just going to pour them out into my hand. So you recognize sweet corn there. That's your corn seeds. It's like popcorn. So we're going to drop them now down into the pot, and you can see in this case they're going to be quite deep in the pot. You want about 4 centimeters of compost over the top of the sweet corn seed. Okay, so we'll take a bit of seed compost here, place about 4 centimeters or an inch, a bit more, and then give that just a light firming down. You want good contact between the seed and the compost, and then finally give it a good watering again. Okay, sweet corn requires a lot of water, especially as the cobs develop. It's recommended that you give them a good watering and keep them regularly watered, keeping the soil moist at all times. Okay, so this might look like a lot of water going on, and to know how wet you want your compost, basically just stick your finger onto the surface of the soil and it should feel moist like a sponge, slightly damp just like a sponge, but not waterlogged. So that's your seeds sown. Again, after 2 weeks the seeds should have germinated, and then if you look down here to the right you'll see, or the left you'll see, the sweet corn at that stage is about 7 weeks old. Okay. And they are a perfect example of sweet corn grown in a polytunnel. Now what we could do here with these is we can store these in the polytunnel and once the temperatures are warm enough outside, preferably towards the end of May after any frost has passed, we can then bring them out to the vegetable garden and transplant them out there. But before you want to transplant into the vegetable garden, it's recommended that you harden off your sweet corn before you move them out. One thing you could also use is a mini polytunnel. These are simple, you can see there the image illustrates exactly what they are. They're similar to a large polytunnel but just on a miniature scale, and you can place them over your vegetable rows, keeping your vegetables about 3 to 4 degrees warmer, and also has the benefit of keeping certain pests away from your crops. So that's just another product, the mini polytunnel or garden clutch, available on the gardenshop.ie.